Good evening, everyone. I am Vlad here at Pepsi Center. It is Friday, March 30th, 2018. The Colorado Avalanche welcoming in the visiting Chicago Blackhawks in the second of their two-game homestand. Playoff points and positioning were on the line tonight, and the Avalanche desperately needed to come up with a big effort tonight, get some points to keep things tight with the race to the Western Conference wild card. And hang on a second. Breaking news. This just in from the Chicago Blackhawks Twitter. They are changing their goal song from Chelsea Dagger to "The Sound of Silence," which I'm sure has absolutely nothing to do with the Avalanche winning in stunning fashion, putting 5 goals past their Chicago Blackhawks goalie, Delia, I believe it's pronounced, and carrying the Avs to victory. Score was 5-0, and the Avs get 2 big points in the race for the wild card. Right now, they have retaken the #1 spot in the Western Conference for the wild card position, but we'll go ahead and get to that here in a minute. Let's talk about what happened tonight. The Blackhawks, of course, played last night. They played last night, and they were victorious last night. We're not victorious tonight. It was essentially, quite literally, all Avs, and we saw the return of Sven Andrighetto to the lineup, and boy, did he have a monster of the game. He scored the game-winning goal tonight. So for those of you that picked him in the Burgundy Rainbow game-winning goal challenge, there was your winner. His 7th goal of the season. Sam Girard got the assist on the play. That was a power play goal that came right at the end of the first period, a period where Blackhawks really threw a lot at the Avs, and we weren't quite sure what this game was going to turn into. Of course, there was some jitteriness, given the fact that the Avs did not win on Wednesday night against the Philadelphia Flyers, who were also on the second half of a back-to-back. So, understandably, there were some concerns, a little bit of nerves, whether the Avs would fall short again tonight. It is easy to see, and I'm happy to say that was not the case. The Avs take their 1-0 lead into the intermission after one. And the heroes of the second period essentially belong to Semyon Varlamov and Tyson Barrie. Varley was playing lights-out hockey. He was completely locked into this game. He was really making sure that the Avs were going to hang on to that lead, and boy, did they ever. There were a few scary moments, considering that the Blackhawks did get some good chances on him, but everything all worked out, including a freak sequence that ended up resulting in a puck bouncing towards the Avs goal line, but Tyson Barrie was there to sweep away the puck from going into the open cage. Pepsi Center breathes a collective sigh of relief. No Ginches were soiled, as far as I'm aware, but Barrie, in addition to helping out his goalie there, he would also get on the score sheet when the Avs would be on another power play, this time on a 4-on-3 situation, which was created thanks to a scrap behind the Chicago goal with Connor Murphy and JT Compher, which ended up putting both skaters down 4-4, and then a high sticking penalty ended up taking place, if I'm not mistaken, which would give the Avs a 4-on-3 power play situation, and Tyson Barrie would unleash a bomb from the point. Second power play goal for the Avs. Tyson Barrie's 13th on the season. Rantanen and Landeskog get the assists. Avs head to the locker room at the end of 2 with a 2-0 lead, and they broke it open in the third. Mikko Rantanen would score the 3rd goal of the game, also on the power play. So 3 straight goals for the Avs, all coming on the power play. It would be Rantanen's 28th goal of the season. McKinnon would get 1 assist, Barrie another. Avs lead 3-1. A few minutes later, Tyson Jost completes a really awesome tic-tac-toe sequence to put the Avs up 4-0. His 10th goal of the season. Tyson Barrie and Alex Kerfoot would get the assists there. And for extra good measure, Sven Andrighetto, unassisted, would get the 5th goal of the game for the Avs. His 8th of the season, 2nd of the night. And that would be all she wrote. Final score, Avalanche 5, Chicago Blackhawks 0. So this game actually went pretty quickly. There were very few stoppages. Most of the action ended up taking place during the second. Of course, we talked about the scrap between Connor Murphy and JT Compher, which for some reason only resulted in a pair of roughing minors, 5 minutes. But it worked out for the Avs as they ended up getting a 4-on-3 power play not too long after that. So this game had a little bit of everything for the Avs that they needed to get a little bit of confidence in. They wanted to get some confidence from their power play. They got it. They wanted to get power play. They wanted to get contributions from the top line. They got it. They wanted to get solid play from the defense. They got it, and they did it without Eric Johnson, who was a late scratch today. I believe it was Adrian Dater of BSN who said it was illness-related, so David Warsofsky took his place in the lineup. And the Avalanche did this with not one, but a tandem pair between the pipes tonight. Varlamov was run into with about 8 minutes left to play in the game, and he looked to be in a bit of tough shape. So Jonathan Bernier came in relief. He was not wearing his concussion helmet. He was wearing his traditional helmet that he had been using all season until his injury, and he stopped everything that the Blackhawks threw at him. So even with a couple of key players out of the lineup, and a couple of key players going out for other reasons, Avs held strong, and they were able to get the 2 points tonight. Here are some numbers. The Avs outshot the Blackhawks 36-33. Your 3 stars of the game: Tyson Barrie, 3rd star; Sven Andrighetto, 2nd star; Semyon Varlamov, the number 1 star. And as I mentioned, the Avs now, with the win and the 2 points, have taken over the top wild card spot. They are they have 42-28 record, 92 points, 40 row, and that is significant because in the number 2 spot, the St. Louis Blues have 2 games in hand on the Avs, but they have a 43-28-5 record, 91 points, and the same amount of row. So if it comes down to the tiebreaker between the Avs and the Blues, row could be the way to go. Of course, the Avs have the edge on goal differential. That is a +22 compared to the Blues +14. So the Blues are playing their 1 game in hand right now in Vegas. We'll get to that score here in a moment. And right outside the dividing line are the Anaheim Ducks, 39-25-13, 91 points, 35 row. They are also playing tonight in LA. Let's take a look at the scores as they are right now. It appears that for the moment, the Avs can breathe a little bit easier because the Golden Knights have a 3-2 lead on St. Louis, and that game is winding down in the second period. Just a little over 3 minutes left to play in the second. And in the second intermission, the Kings and the Ducks are tied at 1 goal apiece. So hopefully Vegas will do their thing on home ice and give the Avs give the Avs a bit of a sigh of relief when, if or when, the Golden Knights win tonight, and hopefully the Kings will do the Avs a solid favor tonight and hold off the Ducks from climbing back into the wild card picture. So the Avs did their thing. They took care of business, and they needed to do that for sure before heading out on the road to face those very same Anaheim Ducks on Sunday evening in Anaheim. So right now, I mean, it's still close. Just the margin can't be any more razor thin than it really is right now. The Avs have to have a strong road trip coming up here when they're in California. So ideally, they would just have to do their best to get as many points as they can on the road. They've had better luck on the road of late, so I mean, not counting that Vegas thing, but they're playing better on the road. Hopefully now with some confidence built up for the top line, being able to contribute tonight, the power play doing some things tonight, they'll be able to go into some hostile ground, get some points on the road, and put themselves in a better position to take that wild card spot. So before we wrap up tonight, we did have 2 people who guessed correctly the March of Gladness answer. The answer I was looking for was Tyler Wyman. He is the only Avalanche goaltender to have a 0-win, 0-loss, 0-tie record, but have a 0.00 goals against average and a 1.000 save percentage. I have 2 people to decide who to pick. One of you used the March of Gladness tag, one of you did not. So I'm going to have to flip a coin. I'll flip that coin and I'll let whoever wins the coin toss know that they won the final Milan Hajduk retirement jersey banner, and that is going to be the end of the March of Gladness contest, and that'll also mean that this is the end of tonight's post-game show for Burgundy Rainbow on YouTube. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you being a part of it. For continuing coverage and conversation on the Colorado Avalanche as they march their way towards the playoffs, keep tuned to BurgundyRainbow.com. For continuing coverage and conversation on tonight's game, head to BurgundyRainbow.com, join the Burgundy Rainbow Discord, and head to the GDT channel. And we will have more coverage on this race for the playoffs on BurgundyRainbow.com. So stay tuned for that. And we will be back here at Pepsi Center next Saturday when the Avs host the St. Louis Blues for Fan Appreciation Night. Until then, I am Vlad. Thank you for watching. Let's go Avs.